A very good morning, Team Zimbabwe. Mamukase, Mamukase, Mamukase. Welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. And my name is Ronald Makusha. So this morning, we are taking a look on the developments in the Zimbabwe politics. We have seen President Emerson Mnangagwa putting in the Gazette that all companies which are under Mutapa investment fund, they are no longer going through tender processes, the public tender processes. And we need to take a look onto that and see if that is right or wrong. We are not going to take a look on the legality of this thing, but is it for the benefit of the people or not? First and foremost, myself personally, I'm in a disagreement with how public tender processes are done, because I have witnessed it for a very long time. The way things are being done, you request for a computer in January, you receive it in August, and there is nobody to ask why all those things are happening. So if you take a look on the procedures and the time taken to finally deliver, there is a delay, which means I believe that if that was put into consideration when making this decision, somehow they needed to fix that. Secondly, there is a very important issue. How much are we giving to private companies for supplying some things? What are we supposed to put on tender? What are we not supposed to put on tender? That is very important. I have given an example in the past. Can we give public tender processes to purchase teas, sugar chayo, nemasamba, nemkaka? Can we put that on tender? Public tender processes. Can we do that? We have seen that happening in institutions where people are required to go and put it on tender to get tea supplies. That is wrong. Can we put it on tender for us to get laptops? We are a government ministry, or we are a government company, a government-owned company. We need laptops. Can we put it on tender for us to have the laptops or computers supplied? I don't believe that we need to go through tender for us to be able to do that. We simply need to have a team within the company which goes straight to China and buy computers, buy laptops, buy printers straight from China, and they will come at the factory price. Because suppose you are buying like 100 laptops, so that will be an order. You just order them straight from China. They come to you to the office. You don't pay duty, you don't pay VAT, and you have obtained those things at a lower cost. If you take it through the public tender processes, they will go to tender. It will take time, number one. Number two, money will be pocketed by individuals. They will flout the tender processes. They will put higher prices, like the parliament thing. What happened during this parliament, the last parliament, where they bought computers at 9,000? All those issues, you see that they can be resolved by simply foregoing public tender processes. So, in my view, I believe that if it is out of sincerity, yes, it is a good move. But if it is out of trying to hide from the public what is happening, then it is wrong. What we need to do is to make sure that, number one, everything which happens, there is transparency. I believe that every purchase must be gazetted. For example, we are buying laptops. They have to gazette to say, we are buying 1,000 laptops, and they have put it in the gazette so that the people will know what was bought by the company, we are buying locomotives, we are NRZ and we are buying locomotives. We put it in Gazette to say, we are buying 10 locomotives. And the prices are put, and the company from which we are purchasing from is put there, so that there's scrutiny, there's public scrutiny. But I don't believe that we need to continue with these tender processes, which take time, which consume more money, which benefit third parties so much. So I believe that at this moment in time, Zimbabwe was supposed to be having a team which is serious in terms of making sure that the procurements are done timeously and are done at the lowest rates and for the benefit of the people. Because if you take a look on the tender procedures which are there right now, we are losing almost half or more of the monies. Something which cost 10,000 US dollars is being paid 30,000 US dollars, and we are losing almost 2/3 out of it. So my view is that we need to take a look onto the agenda of this whole thing of Mutapa investment before we disagree. Sometimes there is need for us to take a look on the motive, sit down and create a model which will bring convenience, which will cut costs, and which will bring efficiency within our public institutions and corporations. And that will be very, very, very important. So in my view, I believe that here we must not look at how these things are being portrayed to be done. Let us take a look on the motive behind. The motive is very important here. And let us make sure that when we are fighting, we fight in a corner where we are giving real solutions and suggestions as to what are they trying to evade from. So you see that at the end of the day, we have a conversation which is going to actually bring order and calmness. In my view, I don't believe that companies from owned by the government, they don't need to go through these tender processes. I don't believe they have to, because we have seen the rise of tenderpreneurs. We have seen the emergence of tenderpreneurs. Look at people like Chivayo. That went on to tender, and Chivayo has been awarded so much money simply because of the disputes between the contract between ZPC and Intratech. Intratech is losing and Chivayo is benefiting. The whole problem is centered around the tender processes and the corrupt mindsets which are within the people who run all those processes. So there are corrupt tendencies in and around. And if those are not managed well, we continue to have problems. We continue to shout each and every day, but we will do nothing, because these people who are involved are protected by the powerful people in the political cycles. So if we are to push, I believe that the people in the opposition, they have to push for these processes to be done within and internal. But let us advocate for everything to be gazetted, so that there is a transparency, so that the people of Zimbabwe will know what is being purchased, at how much, and who is involved. So we need to move away from the idea of having companies purchasing things on behalf of other companies. We can't have that. NRZ cannot give a tender to purchase locomotives to another company. They know where the locomotives are. They have to go there, purchase locomotives. Zupco cannot have a third party buying buses on its behalf. They know where these buses are. They have to go to China, purchase the buses, bring the buses, and have the buses on the road. I have said this for a very long time now, to say there is no need for TO1 to bring a company and say, we want to buy computers, so we need you to go and purchase them on our behalf. There is no need for that. All what is needed is for Tier 1 to simply go and purchase computers where they are being sold. That is probably you import them from China, because you are not manufacturing your own computers here. Just import them from the source, right directly to your country. And that will save a lot of money, because you will remove, number one, the element of tax, number two, the element of duty, number three, the element of profit. So if you remove these three components, and if you remove the bureaucracy and the time taken for those procurements to happen, you see that you have efficiency, you cut costs, and things will start to move in the right direction. So I believe we need to actually sincerely take a look onto this and establish the motive behind. And once we establish the motive behind, then we see where is needed to be adjusted, and we give proper suggestions and have everything done accordingly and correctly. So in my view, I don't believe that even if we are to go to court, we are going to fight and win this battle. The only way is to make sure that we ring fence and put some measures to make sure that we stop the government from looting, we stop the government from mismanaging this Mutapa investment thing. Because I don't believe that as long as they are in power, they are going to reverse this Mutapa investment thing. They are not. So what we need to do right now is to find solutions and stop the looting and stop the bleeding of these companies. That is my view. So I don't know, guys, what you think. In the comment section, please let us have a discussion and let us talk.